Welcome back to the Jesse Rucinski Show. Worked on the first try for those of you watching audio, video, whatever it's called. Today, now that I'm expecting the Rittenhouse trial, pretty sure the verdict's going to come back sooner than later, but there's a lot of idiocy that got us where we are right now, and I'm pretty sure any of us with a brain know exactly where it's going to go and what's going to happen. Yeah, even if he gets off one charge, let alone all of them, all hell's going to break loose. And, I mean, sadly, they really encouraged it, between the now president and vice president, the media, like so many people went out of their way to put a false narrative around this. That it had zero opportunity for all hell to not break loose, which, is a damn shame. It should be, criminal. It's everything that they've been spewing and doing to make this out to what it is. I mean, they already did it before. No matter what, it's like their new narrative. And even CNN's getting called racist for calling out, Kamala and her numbers and all that. It was racist and misogynist. No, she just sucks, and everyone sees that. Like, she's not doing anything. But we got a whole bunch of stuff here. Went over a lot of it the other day. Don't want to go and beat all of that to death, but I'm sure I'll hit something quick. But to get my honest take on it all. And really, I mean, again, I think this has just been so ridiculously overdone that it's guaranteed for all hell to break loose. And the narrative has just been ridiculous. But let's go back to last August in Kenosha when they were having their racial justice, protest, which I'm trying to figure out why, love for them to stop saying that, because like anyone that actually saw real videos doesn't listen to the mainstream media knows exactly what the hell happened there. They literally had people in cities last summer saying fiery, but mostly peaceful. Like, that many buildings don't get torched when something is any kind of peaceful. But with Jacob Blake, there's over the shooting of him by the police. And let's remember, he was, criminal who was somewhere he was not supposed to be, harassing, an alleged victim of a sex crime that he committed. I mean, he wouldn't leave, so the cops get called in. And he doesn't, listen at all, doesn't listen to the commands, keeps resisting, keeps walking towards the thing, trying to reach for a weapon under the seat, which was there. And then we had, like, after that happened, obviously got turned into, that shooting was all because he was black and this, that, and the other thing, because that's all they have is the race card. If they didn't have the race card, liberals would have nothing. Like, literally, watch everything. Like, when all the Trump stuff got blown up, well, remember, if you didn't like Obama stuff, you were racist. It wasn't because it was garbage policy, because you couldn't disagree anymore. You were automatically a racist, which we all know isn't true if you have a brain. But they went out of their way, like Joe, Kamala, the mainstream media out there, to make this kid out to be a white supremacist, Trump supporting, like, just crazy person. When, I mean, there is nothing, like, no proof to even, like, go towards that. And they're still doing it, even with everything. They're going after. Now, the judge has to be a Trump supporter. Like, that's all they have is Trump and the race card. And yet people keep falling for it. Like, it really is, like, amazing how, like, they went and visited him, Kamala, and made Jacob Blake out to be an innocent victim, and it called him a hero and all kinds of things. And all these other people, like officers, get taken out. They don't give a damn about that. Like, they were literally just going to get votes. They don't give a shit about anyone, actually. I give, more of a care and a hoot than, any of them actually do, no matter what the hell they say, because actions speak louder than words. Sorry, just the way it is. It's the world I live in. Actions speak way louder than words. And their actions say they don't give a damn about any of them or the truth or anything. Remember, they believe in truth over fact. Well, actually, the facts, just because you want to spin it to fit your narrative, like, call that the truth, like it's not the truth, like facts are there. But they did all of that, and for some reason, like the thing that still gets me, like you can't see it, but it's right there, that they keep calling it a racial justice protest. Like, what kind of protest for racial justice, especially with all the situation, facts around the actual situation, which don't ever seem to matter. They just spin their web and make it about we're all white supremacists out there just killing black folk, which they do. You hear it all the time, but racial justice protests, like you saw the videos, like people were armed, people were starting fights, people were throwing things at police and National Guard people that were there. I mean, at one point, people were attacking other people. People were, did you see the car lots that they were literally just jumping up and down, like smashing all the glass with baseball bats and lighting them on fire? Like, that was happening. What the hell racial, like, that does for racial justice, I'll never understand. And mostly fiery, but mostly peaceful. Like, no, the whole car lot is gone. All those fires are lit and all this is happening. It doesn't matter how anyone tries to spin it. People should actually have enough brain to figure out that they're full of it. Like, it should not be that hard of a concept to figure out that they are full of malarkey. There's another good one. I know I slipped with one, but malarkey doesn't get used enough, I don't believe. So that was like all, though. They that it was all for equality, and it was mostly peaceful. And he's this like racist skinhead, like, and then the star witness that they pull up admits that Kyle Rittenhouse didn't fire or even raise his weapon at them until he pointed his weapon at his head. Which I don't know if anyone understands this or not. That's by Wisconsin statute. Self-defense, 100%. Like, second you said he didn't do anything until you pointed your weapon at his dome, it becomes self-defense real quick, fast, and in a hurry. Anyway, got shot in the hand too, which means like they were reaching for you. How else are you getting like shot and all that stuff? But regardless of all the craziness, like they literally admitted that on the stand. And there he is, doing an interview with Anderson Cooper, kind of clarify things. Say, well, he was open carry, well, I was concealed carrying. I'm pretty sure from every reporting I've seen, even that guy's concealed carry permit was non-existent or valid, so we shouldn't be carrying it either. But we can't talk about that. Remember, they're the victims, even though they attacked the kid. And he literally defended himself. Well, you could literally like see it. They know, like, it's without a shadow of a doubt. Like, you have to be like stupid as hell that you didn't see it. And on top of like Rosenbaum's, like the prosecution admitting he was lighting fires and starting like, situations, there's actually videos. Kyle Rittenhouse running, trying to get away from them. You see someone chase him down, swing at him from behind. And you see someone pointing a weapon at his head, swinging a skateboard at him, trying to steal his weapon, and someone else trying to stomp his dome into the asphalt. When I say dome, I mean his head. Like, literally, you could see it. Like, them, as he's running, nothing bad happened. They come to swing at him, throw him to the ground, or trying to hit him, steal his weapon, pointing a gun at his head and trying to stomp his head. You can see clear as day in the video, them trying to do it. Like, and somehow he's the aggressor and all this. Like, this is 100% like by statute. Like, in all the videos, there's self-defense. Like, I don't, like, they overshot it. They knew they overshot it. And they did what they could, but all you had to do was look at it. Like, you charge everything before you could even investigate it. Like, you jump the gun, and this is the dumb stuff you get, which is why all hell is going to break loose, in my opinion. But that didn't stop the prosecution, the now president, vice president, Democrats across the board in the squad, like all of them, the idiots. Everyone, like the mainstream media is still pushing these white supremacists. Like, how the hell can it be a white supremacist thing and a race thing if all the victims were white? And he was white. They're talking about all this white supremacy, and we're going out there trying to just hunt down black people like they were all white. Which is the mesmerizing one, just, trying to swing them towards being a white supremacist and a Donald Trump thing and, follower and all of that. And it should be criminal, like what they've all done. I mean, it really should. Like, I don't get how it isn't. I mean, I can't wait for him to sue the bastards when it's all done. But I mean, the media, president and vice president, politicians, like all of them combined, like, even though there's all this evidence proving to, pointing to self-defense and the fact that they're probably not going to get their verdict, but from day one, they went and made it all about race. And of course, that's what everything is about to them. And then somehow they tell everyone else the racist when they're the ones that literally everything has to do with race. Everything. Which I'm pretty sure when everything has to do with race, you're probably actually the racist. But they have been pushing all of this and slandering the kid to hell and throwing out that he's guilty. No matter how many facts and evidence and everything that, comes out, that they set it up no matter what. Like, because they can't just do their job and it's all just race-based and narrative-based and, everything else, that all hell is going to, like, break loose. No matter what the verdict is, no matter what they get, it's not going to make anybody happy. Like, no one is going to be okay with the verdict of this. Like, most of the people that watch this stuff and live there, because they've been playing, the race card for so long through all of this, that no matter what, it's not going to work. Like, it's going to go very, very terribly. And like, all these people like keep believing in them and listening to them. And, like it's the gospel or something. Like, they're setting all these people up for so much failure. And I just can't believe that they, like, time after time after time, like, these people don't, like learn some facts, learn statutes, learn stuff you actually need to know about these things. Don't just, listen to the false narrative, literally false narrative getting spread by, like, the mainstream media and all them every day. Like, I don't understand how people can literally fall for it every day. Case after case, it keeps happening. Yet here we are again, in the same old situation, with another, verdict about to come back that they're not going to like, because they don't, understand. Like, I don't know, sometimes, people are just being dumbasses. And, well, that's what happens to you. Like, I don't understand how they keep getting away with it. Like, all hell is going to break loose because everyone's going to think there was no justice and the kid got away with murder and all that, when it was a clear-cut self-defense thing. Shouldn't have had this many charges thrown at it, but the situation that they had there, they they overcharged, like, and then they're having the, oh no, what are we going to do moment? Like, what the hell are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do for it? Like, read the statute, look at the evidence. Like, stop just listening to these jackasses on the media, on the politicians and everyone. Just look up the statute, look up, like, evidence and stuff. Like, find someone that just covers it. Believe it or not, there's media outlets that just cover it, like, straight through. And that's it. You can make up your own damn mind, your own self, instead of having a bunch of jackasses that really don't care about you, obviously, and listening to every word they say like it's the gospel, which gets us in the situation that we are in right now in the first place, because there's just so many leeches and just idiots. Like, I can't fully, like, fathom how, like, we're here. I mean, there's been so many going on that he was the aggressor. There's lots of videos that it was murder, not self-defense. And that's been pretty much disproven again by the prosecution themselves, that he had no family there, no reason to be there when, like, his dad lived there. Like, there's so much stuff that's so easily, like, so easy to prove that they're full of it. And no matter how much, like, we disprove it and prove that they're full of everything, you know what? Like, what they're full of, like, there's so much of that. And yet here we still are, like, in this situation, And that's like the real terrifying part. Like, I don't mind people, whatever, yell at me, tell me I'm a racist, I'm a mean guy, I'm an anything, like whatever. You can call me names, sticks and stones. Unless you've known me my entire life, then it kind of pisses me off when you suddenly got into politics in the last 12 minutes and suddenly think you know everything. That one kind of pisses me off. But, to go as far as they all have in all of this, with all of the facts that are out there disproving everything they say, and how many people are still like believing it like it's the gospel, and how many people are going to freak out and burn things down over it, is just terrifying. Like, it really is like mesmerizingly like gross that we can get there, and that this is even like a thing, again, with so much bad information. And another great one, like, did we see the prosecutor with Kyle's AR-15, like with his, in the courtroom, literally pointing it at the jury and all kinds of people, without even like clearing it himself to make sure it's good? Because apparently, we didn't learn anything from Alec Baldwin a few weeks ago. Like, it takes literally 2 seconds to, close the port and make sure it's good. Like, don't know how to handle it, don't know how to clear it, don't know proper things. Why the hell do you have him being the one handling the weapon if he has no idea what in the hell he is doing? Just pointed at all kinds of people for a weapon that could have been technically loaded because he didn't check it himself, so he'll never know. Like, did we learn nothing? Like, why the hell are we trying to prosecute people for guns? Like, that's all this case is about. That's all this is about. The murder. No, this is about guns, because they're always going after him. This is an AR-15. Notice, boom, right there. No, it's clear-cut self-defense. It's the one they jumped on because I had an AR involved. And then they just threw the race card in there because that's all they ever know how to do, and that's all they have. But did you see the way he was handling that thing? I mean, didn't clear it in close ejection ports, had his finger right on the trigger. I mean, literally on, like, right there in there, and pointing it at the jury and stuff. Like how in the bluest of hell do they keep finding all these prosecutors and idiots that, like, don't even, like, have we learned nothing, especially right now? Like, you think they would have figured it out from the Alec Baldwin thing. Like, if you have no experience and you're getting into one of these, maybe you should do some stuff and learn some safety rules, check it out. Don't handle weapons if you don't know how to handle weapons. Don't handle weapons if you shouldn't be handling weapons. Don't point your weapon at anything you do not intend to shoot. Keep your finger straight and off the trigger, you stupid bastards. Treat every weapon as if it's loaded. Like, they are very simple things, and yet there he is, just, yes, I know he had it in his shoulder, whatever, like, kind of in his shoulder. Like, that was 100% holy, like, shit, otherworldly. And they're just treating it like it was normal. Like, I'm sorry, that kid handled the weapon, like, with the respect and better than anyone did. That guy literally was the reason why everyone should have to take gun safety classes, because he proved just how inept he was in that whole entire field. Like, that was an embarrassment. And it, again, like, it just proves the ineptness and the ridiculousness and how ill prepared, I'd say is a good word for the prosecution, how ill prepared they were for this whole entire thing. Like, you have to be, like, physically actually, like, stupid to, like, know that you're going to be doing this with everything that's going on, and Alec Baldwin thing especially, like, learn, like, weapon safety rules and make sure that everything's copacetic before you start flagging people with it. And even if you know it's clear, why point it at people? You can point it at the ground, make your point. You don't have to point it at a bunch of people, yet they keep doing it over and over again. It drives me up the wall. But sadly, everyone will just say that we're the crazy people for pointing that out, because heaven forbid we could just hold someone accountable for acting like a complete schmuck. Yeah, I mean, again, this is the prosecution side. Like, this is the district attorney. Like, this is the best they got, and no one thought that they should go and figure out how to handle an AR-15 before they do it. Like, you're actually kind of stupid if you do that. You're actually really well beyond kind of stupid. Like, you're full-fledged, like, otherworldly level, just ignorant of all facts and anything. But again, if you listen to actual trial, just listen to it and watch it, like, in all the shenanigans that to try to pull in, like, you hear it. I mean, like, they did the work for the defense of it being self-defense, and they just, every step of the way, they just proved just how stupid they all actually are, how ill-prepared. Like, I mean, and all the charges they threw in there, and sadly, it's going to lead to more violence. We know it's going to happen. I mean, we literally, like, we've seen it before. We've heard Maxine Waters back in the Chauvin case. And if we don't get the verdict we want, more violence and all that, even though, all those buildings burnt down, things were looted, lives were lost, police officers were injured. Like billions of dollars worth of damage. I went over it months ago. Don't want to pull out all those numbers. They hurt my head. I mean, I'll know it's going to happen again if he gets off of just one, let alone all of it. What the hell does it do? Like, it's for racial justice and equality. So you're going to burn down your cities and your neighborhoods and take away all jobs and stores, like everything you have there. Like, you're just going to go and destroy it all. What in the hell does that get you? And then businesses leave because they're tired of it and they're not rebuilding when you're idiots. And they say it's for racial justice. No, you do it because you're just a scumbag and you're getting, you're dumb as, and you just can't. Like, there's no valid reason that you can try to give me or anyone that listens to this nonsense. Please, someone. But I mean, what the hell all that violence and stupid's gonna, like, what it accomplishes, all it does is screw them up even worse, and it screws up their cities and their neighborhoods even worse, because it takes away opportunity and things that they actually had, because they all run around acting like dumbasses because I think that's going to get their way. And I don't know how people have been even bred to think that's the way to do it, but I mean, it's bound to happen. Like, I'm telling you, like, by definition, by everything, like in the state, like, that is self-defense. Like, and again, the media spread all the lies. Like, he didn't have family. It wasn't self-defense. It was all about racism. He's a white supremacist. Like, this is just going to lead to him getting acquitted and a lot of lawsuits against a lot of people for them running their mouth about all kinds of dumb shit when they had no proof about any of it. And all hell is going to break loose. No offense to those 500 National Guardsmen. Good luck. Literally, I mean that with the bottom of my heart. Good luck to them, because regardless of what I feel about them, it's not going to get anywhere. Like, this, all hell's going to break loose because they've been bumped up that this kid is a racist killing machine, even though there's nothing on it. And like, it 100% showed self-defense. And they keep pushing it like it's still on the media now. Like, they're still pushing that he's a white supremacist and all that, even with no proof and no anything, and all this proof against all the people that were actually out there doing stuff. Like, it's just bad. And the sad thing is, like, since George Floyd in Minneapolis burnt to the ground, and sorry, all hell broke loose in a lot of places, but look at all the places, like, what has really been accomplished to help for racial equality in all of that amount of time. I mean, I've gone over some of the numbers, but like Austin, Texas, Seattle, Portland, New York City, Minneapolis, like the places where they've cut lots and lots and lots of funding from their police, even up to by like a third in lots of millions in some cases. Like, crime, like violent crime has gone up. And now a lot of those cities are now trying to put millions back in to get more police, because believe it or not, when you take a lot of police away and all kinds of gang units and all that, turns out criminals just, they're not the problem. The criminals are the problem, and having less police just equals more crime, and all those cities prove it. So really, when most people, when they get polled on this, no matter what side they are, left, right, independent, like in the middle, independent, like whatever, like that live in these areas, like they say they want the same amount of police, if not more police, to keep them safe. Be it all these idiots that are allegedly, there for them, are pushing for it to go away, which means, like, since last year, like, things have actually gotten worse since George Floyd, because they've gotten rid of more police in so many places, and crime's gone up in so many places. The stats are there. Tell me whatever the hell you want. Stats are there. They don't lie. They don't lie at all. Like, hell, even Chicago found a way to go up in shootings. How the hell that's possible? How many they already have, I have no idea. But like, what in the hell has been accomplished from any of this? Nothing. Things actually have gotten worse. Things are going to continue to get worse, and things are going to suck this. And for some reason, everyone's just going to blame people on the right and Republicans and conservatives and yada, 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 because we're all miserable, racist bastards. Like, nah, you're all dumb because you can't apparently research it on your own and see, like, make up your own story. You just listen to whatever anyone tells you. Sorry, the people that turn around and say that all Republicans and conservatives and all that are racist and conspiracy theorists, like, that proves my point. Like, they've been watching the news for 2 or 3 years. They hear that, and now we're all crazy people and racist, even though that's a conspiracy theorist all on itself. Like I just wish, I don't know, like, and they're setting up anyone listening to me right, on this right now, like watching it, listening, whatever the hell you're doing, to hear it, to see it. like we all know, like it's gotten worse. Nothing's gotten better. All their situations, and crime has actually been, amplified by the stupidity and then people leaving the area, work wise and stuff, and businesses burning down and not reopening because of everything. Like it's actually hurt every single one of them. So I don't understand how any of them are actually like you could physically, as a human being with a functioning brain, be dumb enough to fall for it and to get into it. But people have, and I just don't. You people probably know exactly what I think and where it's all going because everyone probably has the same exact thought that this is going to be probably pretty damn ugly. And then mainstream media and all of them are going to blame it all on racism and white supremacy when really it's just they overcharged the kid before they had any kind of investigation done. And there's lots of proof confirming, that was self-defense and everything he said, especially by the statute, and all the media's lies have been disproven. They've been proven to be false, and yet they still go for it. Like this is going to get bad, and there's no reason for it to get bad except for just blatant stupidity. The only thing there is. I mean, if you guys are listening and you want to comment, tell me a better word for it, but I'm going to put it on blatant ignorance and stupidity. And if ignorance is bliss, why are these people always so angry and just attacking people with personal attacks and lighting cities on fire and all that? But I mean, literally, you just have to look at the evidence. Like, I just can't believe we're even this far and things are worse. Just mesmerizing the whole thing. And like the ineptitude just of the whole entire prosecution, like across the board and everything they've done, because they've even like proved the defense's stance like repeatedly. And then I just don't, and people are still going to buy it that it was the judge. And because, him and Trump are in cahoots because of, they're all white supremacists, even though it's really just they violently overcharged and there wasn't a snowflake's chance in hell they were going to get it. But the media and all them built it up that they would. So hopefully it doesn't, but I'm pretty sure something stupid's going to happen whenever the verdict comes back. So unless it doesn't, but I mean, by their statute, that's self-defense. So I'm just giving it how it is. I can read by self-defense statute. That's, in the state of Wisconsin, that was self-defense. So we'll see where it goes. But that being said, I appreciate the watch and the listen wherever you are. Sorry for the technical idiot behind me. Stupid thing. But appreciate the watch or the listen. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, comment on it, tell me what you think, review the page, like do all that stuff. But I mean, give your comments and share it out. Like, because this is just like, we all know what's going to happen. It's for absolutely nothing. So we got like, someone's got to hold these cocksuckers accountable. Someone. I know it's only me and I'm a very lowly, person on the list of people that have listeners and all that. Like, but someone's got to hold these stupid bastards accountable. Like this is just, there's going to be more violence and bloodshed over this. Just like the guy from BLM in the greater New York area said, there's going to be bloodshed and riots. Like if they put when crime's going up, they put the anti-crime unit back together. Like, can things be done better? Yes. Like they should be, but completely getting rid of it had the opposite effect that they wanted. So, there's just all of that. So it's all unnecessary. It's all stupid and just shows blatant ignorance of all kinds of people. But again, appreciate the watch and the listen. Don't forget to share it out because that gets me more eyeballs free, which helps grow it. And if you ever want to be on it, let me know because I'm down to have a conversation with anybody about any of this stuff. As long as you come with facts and not just crazy, nonsense being spewed by idiots that are just fitting an agenda, because then I'll just argue you to death. But appreciate y'all. Thanks for checking it out. Don't forget to share it out, comment, tell me what you think, and we'll be back tomorrow. So until then, enjoy the rest of your day. Be good to one another. Peace.